Sorry, if everybody can come back, we would like to start. Okay, everybody here. I have an announcement. So you found this bag on your chair. Inside there is the book of abstract, some white paper for take notes, and a pencil. So you can take notes and you can see also all the presentation. And another announcement, also on the wall, on the table, I put the schedule of the 3 days, if you want to check. And also the Wi-Fi and the password of the Wi-Fi of this room. Thank you.
Okay. So we put the table in front of you so you can lean on it instead of leaning on the chair. So, yes. What?
I think I better add one more table.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, no? No another table? Okay. Okay. Rosemary, you have a chair? Ah. You moved? You said before there. You dislike them?
No, they just like me.
Ah, yeah?
So I'm very traumatized.
Yeah? Okay. I want you to be very ashamed of how you behaved. Okay?
I didn't know this was on me.
No. Yeah, but you looked at me when she said it, and Elias looked to the side as if he's not connected. So.
And she knows you very well.
Yes. Yeah. Okay. Okay. So we'll move just 20 minutes just to show you the indicators within of several syndromes within drawings, and everything is based on studies and research already. So just the indicators of child sexual abuse. When you ask, whenever we ask, draw yourself, we give a pencil and white sheet of paper, no eraser, okay? No eraser, because we want to see how that the drawer cope with as if mistakes or errors that they did while. So there, what we found is in my research, in Magna's, in Alex did on a research on adolescents. How many were there self-figure drawing in Thailand? Yes. Yes. Okay, okay. That's the worst criticism, she said. Yeah, and in a Thai way, in a very modest Thai way. Yeah, and Meghna did it on children, on street children in India, and of course I did it, and there are others who did it. So These are the 4 indicators that, that we found of child sexual abuse. And it's not about the symptoms. It's whether or not the child has been sexually abused, okay? It's not how he responded to that and just whether or not he experienced that. So the first one is, you can see the eyes. It's either shaded, hollowed, or dots or omitted. I didn't add dots, but what we refer to, there is the shape of the format of the shape of the eyes. Within should be a pupil, okay? But the shape around should have been closed, not disconnected. When it's disconnected, then we refer only to what's inside it, okay? Disconnection means that they try not to reveal what they experienced. And so this is hollowed eyes, and shadowed, okay? Shadowed eyes. The second indicator is face line, either double shaded or not shaded, chin or cheek, not the whole headline. You see here, double chin. This is less, but he's 6 years old. And you see here, double chin. It should be emphasized or shadowed or hollowed, double chin or cheek, as it's shown here. The hands and arms either clinging like this, cut off, no hands, no arms, or just no arms, or just no hands, and detached with the line or omitted altogether. So you can see here the disconnection and actually no hands. Detached, you see here. Disconnected, you can see here. And these are actually, okay. The fourth indicator is the genital area. It's either shaded like this, blocked. We don't see it here, but it can be blocked with a belt, for example, and detached from the upper body, and it can be also omitted. No lower body. We are now doing, Jane and myself and Alex and Olivia. I don't see Olivia now. You're too short. And why do you sit there? Why? You don't want to belong to this group? Want to disclose anything? Yeah. Okay, so it's a good exercise. Yeah, to overcome shyness. Okay, so what we are doing now, we're trying to get fund to do to develop an AI system to detect sexual abuse through self-figure drawing. We already I started that in Israel. We already collected almost 10,000, right, Magna? 10,000 drawings from different Israel and India and other places in the world, Thailand and other places. And we started doing in Israel first, but then we need to restart it. We tested it, and we got accuracy of 86% by self-figure drawing, which seems to be a very good screening tool for children, for education system. Okay, why doesn't it move? Doesn't want to move. Okay. This is based on another study we did with Bratislava, a pediatric hospital. with the team over there. Magna is part of that too. And what we try to do is find the indicators for suicidality in adolescents, which is a big problem, and also eating disorders. So what we found, and these are just examples, we found that face or head are either shaded or omitted. You see, try to, until he managed to draw himself, he erased each one. And shading the whole or part of body contour or body omission altogether, and adding X someplace in the body. Now the problem is that I cannot enlarge it, so it will be hard for you to see the X's. But if you can just try to see here the X, X is actually, don't go there, it should be eliminated. Okay, we have X inside, but it's hard to see here. We have X here, but it's not a good picture here. And we have X's a lot on all of her body. You cannot see it from, but you can see it on my computer when you look closer. And now it's really easy because you can enlarge every drawing that you get and see inside it. It's like behind the lines, reading behind the lines, the hidden, okay, I cannot change. Okay, why? Because it's off. Okay. This is other pictures of suicidality. You can see no head, empty head, shaded head, and okay. Eating disorder, this is DID. No, this is, yeah, okay. DID, dissociative identity disorder, we find it with many children who were sexually abused at a young age. Multiplicity, the same as in the DSM. The DSM says that we need multiplicity of, changing, how do you say it? Like, no. When you change one personality to another, shifting, yes. And shifting from one another. So we expected in this study, we expected to see multiplicity and then the shifting. So they were asked to draw themselves, not several personas, okay? So you can see here the several personas, you can see here. You can see here 3, and she is 9 years old. See the middle line on which one figure is leaning, and another figure is leaning on the other side. And this is the third state of ego, that covers and takes care of everything, and this is really easy to detect. Eating disorders, we did it with hospital in Israel and hospital in Bratislava, and what we found are the mouth, enlarged, shadowed, hollowed, or omitted, the neck, double emphasized, omitted, or shadowed. So you can see shadow, emphasized. You see here emphasized. By the way, most of them were sexually abused as well. So, and there is a high correlation between eating disorders and sexual abuse. And feet, disconnected, and that's it, or omitted altogether. Yes. tendency to use aggressive, violent behavior. We did it also on rapists and pedophiles, but I'm not going to show you the indicators. But I suggest you don't date any of them. Okay? If anyone thought of finding someone, first send self-figure drawing. And then decide, okay? What? Yeah, he killed at the age of 17. He killed his supervisor at school with knife. He also, he was in prison. We did it in prison. So we could compare prisoners for aggressive behavior and or murderers and pedophiles and rapists, and with prisoners who just stole something or, you know, minor crimes. Yeah. He's, by the way, this one, he's still, I think, but he was an engineer in one of the most important industry in Israel. I can't say the name. And he killed his wife. He murdered his wife and her mother. And we never found their bodies. And he's in prison for life. But he never revealed where they are. He almost killed his son, 5 years old, also. Okay, so you can see the indicators is emphasis, doubled or enlarged ears, because they have kind of paranoid thinking. Nostrils, nose, like they are angry, and it's like coming out of their nose. And hands, big or emphasized, twinkling eyes, like this one, like Jekyll and Hyde, Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, and fierce stance because they need to punch somebody else. Cynical face, sometimes impression like this. Emphasized beard. Mustache, even if they do not have beard and mustache, like it's more masculine, and eyebrows, emphasized eyebrows. Okay, so these are the projects that are going on now. AI system to detect CSA, and I have another PhD student in Israel who is working on the eating disorder and suicidality. AI system to detect cognitive deterioration. This is done with my colleague, Professor Limor Goldner in Haifa University. And other validation of creative assessment tools for child abuse and personality profiles of perpetrators, such as gaslighting, which is a big problem. All these narcissistic, our prime minister is like this. If you report me now, there is a law in Israel that I will be arrested at the airport saying that. So you can just let them know. Okay. And psychopaths, which is really, okay. I think I'll stop here, and we will move to the tool. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Can you change it to the other presentation? Camp, CM, just.
You want me to hand out?
Yeah. Just. Yeah. Can you? Oh no, this is in time. It's in time. Oh. Yes. Okay. Put this. Okay. Before you open that, you will take it home. It's for you. It's free Christmas. Yeah. say some things. What? First, yeah. This was, before I'm starting to talk about this, one of the problems that I already mentioned is assessing children who were abused, because they do not talk and they do not want to disclose. And because the gap between prevalence of child abuse in all countries, by the way, in Western countries as well, and the disclosure rate is dreadful. It's less than 10% of children ever disclose to anyone. And 87%, even if under investigation, is closed. So we need to have tools for social workers, psychologists, educators, others, medical practitioners, that they can assess what's going on with that child. So what we did, and Justine was one of, Justine here, she helped a lot because she collected data in Germany from children. What we did is that, I'll show you, based on another scale that was already validated, but was items, and children, some of them cannot read and are not interested in reading, and if they will have to read, then they will not answer the right question. So based on that, several years ago, I told about it to Jane and said, how about we take this measure and just transform it to pictures? And Jane found one of a PhD student in her class, and who was an artist, and we gave him the items, and we asked him to draw the pictures. Now, the measure is just about all the 5 forms of abuse. But we cannot just show just forms of abuse to a child. So what we decided with my PhD student, actually we first developed it and then I recruited this student, Nava Weiner. She just got her PhD 2 weeks ago. And so we added positive situations, yes. And doing that, so we have, after validating it, and I'll tell you about the validation, we had 24 actually cards, 13 cards depicting various child maltreatment forms, like sexual, physical, emotional, and neglect, and 11 cards illustrating positive situations. Now, we validated it by testing we got the convergent validity by medical somatic dissociation questionnaire, which was already validated. These are the items. If you want me, I can send you the measure as well, because we found that this is, it can differ between children who were, we have a cutoff, score that can differ between children who were sexually abused and children who were not, children who were physically abused and children who were not. And it includes medical and somatic items and also psychological items. Okay. We also did a discriminant validity. We compared with children who were sexually abused and children who were not. We had 2 groups. And non-group validity, excuse me, we compare the history that we know, that we knew about the child, and then non-group validity as well. We compared, okay. We had 102 participants between the ages of 6 to 17. 63 abused children that we knew that they were abused, 39 non-abused controls, after getting ethical approval, and we recruit from parents and children, and okay. Now the protocol, okay, maybe before you look at it, can you show the video? Rose, where are you? I'll show you how we do it. You are not coming here? We can show the video first. I know. I know, but you are here. You don't want to sit here?
Where do you want her to sit?
Next to me. She brought her own chair. Okay. Okay, no need. Okay. So, thank you. Okay. Can you show the video now before you look at the cards? Cards? It's too cute. We did this 10 minutes video. Rose volunteered.
Totally volunteer.
With
But please, before this, I like to
yeah, okay.
to ask Rose because some would record.
It's okay.
Are you okay?
I'm okay.
But please, among us only, okay? If you want to record anything, because it's her life. Thank you.
It's like a personal.
Yeah, everything will be broadcasted on Friday. Okay?
I am honored to be a subject of these studies, and especially with my sister. And so I haven't had a chance to study this field, so I offer my life, my memory to your field. This is all I can do.
No, you can do a lot. Hi, Rose. Yes.
Hi,
Nice to meet you.
nice to meet you.
I'm glad that you came. And we have talked before, but I would like us to do some exercise now and with these sets of cards. So you have different situations here. Some are negative, some are positive, some are nice, some less. What I would like you to try, divide this set into two groups, positive situations and negative situations, okay?
Negative, right?
Yes.
Negative.
Okay. Now, let's look at the positive situation and try to divide it again into experience that you have actually experienced and situations that you have not. These are what?
These are my experience, and this one I never.
Experienced. Yeah, but you know these are positive situations, but you never experienced. Can you take each one and tell me, take one of those, and can you tell me a memory that you recall?
I remember my summer, like school break, all friends in the neighbors would come to play, and then we're sitting on a mat like this, and then we'll play games together. We play soccer in my front yard with my sister, and two from my neighbors on the left, and then the next door neighbor also, two more of them, and then in front of us, one, so 5 already, 6, 7, and then 8. So I remember that we had a good time together.
Remember how old were you?
7, 8, and I'm the oldest one. So it's three girls and then 5 boys. So we also we were also running on bicycle together, like 5 bicycles also.
Okay, thanks. Take the other situation that you have experienced. Can you have a memory of that?
I remember that we play scissors, papers.
In stone.
This is hammer
Okay.
also.
Yeah. Okay. At the same time.
Same time.
So it's the same situation.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Now let's move to these and divide these into experience that you have actually experienced and experience that you have not. And these are the negative situations. Okay.
So
yeah.
this is the negative experience that I had experienced before. A lot.
A lot.
I would got spanked like this, and I remember that it would be usually on my butt or maybe like on my legs. And the last time I got maybe year 7, that officially announced that you have to be responsible for your own consequences. No more spanking.
Who did that? Who
My
beat you?
my mother.
Okay. Can you tell me, can you recall anything about that?
I went to bed alone by myself every night. It's dark. My sister stayed downstairs with my mother. I had to be independent. I had to grow up. I had to be strong.
Thank you. Just when you look at this positive memory, can it help when you recall these memories? You were not alone here.
Yeah.
You had friends.
I have fun. I can run. I love sport. I love to be physical, outdoor. During daytime,
Yeah, not at night.
not at night.
Yeah. Okay. How do you feel when you look at these pictures and telling the memories?
I love to play. I have a lively. I can get along with friends. And it's so vivid that I can run and the wind coming to my face.
Before we end, first I want to thank you for sharing this and disclosing. Can you do anything that has to do, even virtually, with a safe place for you?
Can you explain to them what you do?
I was drawing a piano. I am a musician. I took up a piano lessons when I was 4. I asked my mother that I could continue piano lessons from a kindergarten. So I always have a very sensitive ears to the sound engines, to bird calls. So when she asked me like, what and where is your safe place? Musical instruments, sound, music. So I play with sound. My father is a medical professor here at Jula, and he's an OBGYN. Yes, obstetrician. So My mother, she was a nurse, so she quit her job in order to raise 2 children. And I was taught that it's okay that your father is always away from home. So they have to spend time with the patients, and the patients would come first before the family. So we dedicate the time to the hospitals, and so there's almost like no father in the life when I grew up. And so those pictures that is positive that I said that never experienced is that I never got a hug from my father, just the excuse that he's busy at work, spending time taking care of young mother, the babies, and the one that they needed time. So my mother is a domesticated kind of wife. I always like try to be a good one, try to be a good daughter, try to be as much as responsible as I could be. Yeah. So in order to prevent the ethical outcomes, so when Professor Vincent and Raquel asked if I would like to participate in this card, which I've seen it before. So that's what I said. This is, I think it's like a first-class ticket for my inner self journey. Thank you.
Wow. It's, yeah, okay. First, I want to thank you, Rose. And I think it's really, actually I think that we cannot learn without practicing ourselves, without experience ourselves. And so, and at the end, Rose told me, because we developed it for children, actually. And she said, why just for children? It's good for adults as well. Okay, at the end, after that, I told her, wow, yes, it can be for adults as well. So I'm going to talk about this a minute. This I told you already. And okay, so the protocol is actually for assessment. And so we start in a neutral imagery card game, any card game imagery that we can do, age-fitted, of course. Then you could see that we need to tell the child, if it's a child, that there are situations, positive and negative situations, and we ask them to divide first because we want to see whether they understand what's positive and what's negative situation. I can tell you that in the study that we did, some of the pictures who are positive situations, the children who were abused, especially sexual abuse, put it in the negative situation because my father starts as if reading a book to me, but then something else happened. And that's the memory that they brought up afterwards. So, but we start with that. Then we take first the positive situation because it's need to not just jump into the negative. Situations that you have experienced and situations that you have not. And then we ask for memory, what they recall on situations that they have actually experienced. And this is what we found out, that children talk more. It enriches the memory, it revives the memory. Also, they can say, who is the perpetrator? That's what comes out. And one of the things with child investigations is that they never said who is the perpetrator. Even if they said they were perpetrated, they never said who, so we cannot charge the father, the brother, the rabbi, the teacher, anyone. Okay. And then afterwards, after we finish all this, we need to do something that, the video is very short, it was just a simulation, but real one. But we need to relax the atmosphere after that, so we can ask to draw a safe place, even children who were abused, and they can even virtually draw something safe. We can talk about the safe place. We can talk when they think it will happen to them, they will achieve that safe place, and that ends the assessment. So we translated into, for the protocol is in it. Liu, one of our students here at the International, she drew the drawing on the box itself, which I think it's really, really cute. And so Meghna translated the protocol into 2 Indian languages. We have it in Thai, in English, in Hebrew. If any of you want to translate it, it's not too much words. We will add it to the next boxes. Yeah, and to Greek and to German. Yeah, Justine was part of collecting the data, so that's and to Hungarian, to Italian. Yeah, well, Australia is English, so you cannot do anything. Yeah, okay, so we cannot ask you anything now. Yeah, okay. And what we want is to actually distribute it to professionals all over the world. So, because I think it should become a tool for child investigators. It's much easier. It's not about saying anything to the child. Everything comes from the child. It can be videotaped. So there is no coercive tendency there. And on top, behind every card, you have the item from the measure that I told you. And you have numbers. You have, so you can, and SA is sexual abuse, PA is physical abuse. So the professional can sum up all the cards, and now you can look at the cards. That's it. Yeah.
I think I'd like to invite all of you maybe thinking about doing this research. Doing the research based on this too, because we already got publication, one paper, you can follow that, and we will exchange idea in the future. If you can develop further something like that, that will be wonderful. Yeah, thank you very much, Raquel. And I think this morning already ended with your demonstration, and thank you very much for Bros. I like all of us to, give her a big applause for her sacrificial. Yes, thank you so much. Yeah. Well, now I think it's time before lunch. We have a little bit of time left, so we can combine idea, or you have any Q&A, can do this time. Please, just talk whatever, if not related to this one. Yeah, about your feeling. Yeah. I will pass microphone to. Oh, yeah, okay.
Somebody else? No, okay, first. No, first of all, it was the whole experience with the video, your video, was really very touching, and I would say also heartbreaking. It was very emotional charged, and I think everybody felt it. So really speechless, nothing to say about it. And I think that many of us might have some kind of memories association, about your experience and the things that we saw this morning and on drawings and on analysis, etc. And I will speak about my own personal experience tomorrow. It fits with my presentation. It's not by luck. I think it's not accidental. Okay. Okay, now this is the personal, emotional reaction, to the whole morning. But I would like to add about just one question about this. Professionals who are going to use, would like to use, they should take a kind of training before, no? Or it's not obligatory, this, do you think? Or that their experience or clinical training.
Yeah,
Sorry?
it's better that they have.
They have some kind of.
It's better that they have even short training. How to do
Yes,
that
yes.
And ask the question later.
Because I'm thinking to the.
I can use this. I used it before. I think it's better to have a kind of training and
Yes,
understand what's in it, and also more questions that you should how to approach and how to help the child even. It's not just navigate. It's also think about how these memories, positive memories, can help them with these negative memories. Yeah.
And how to deal with that.
And to remember that actually the positive memories are the resources that they have. So even here at the short video, I ask about being alone at night, but during the day you have peers and you are not alone. You are not lonely. So this memory can just lower a bit, at least during the day, the loneliness at night. So this is something that we need to do with the child before we let them out. As they need some kind of training, but it doesn't have to be long.
Okay, yes. But I think it's also material, not only for the assessment recognition of sexual abuse, but just to use it in
it's all kinds of all types of abuse.
Yes, exactly. Something that you can use and produce material.
Yeah.
Okay, that's all.
So I was also thinking that in terms of, because there are people from a lot of different cultures, so only when we collect data on it will we get the nuanced cultural specifications also. For example, spanking is pretty much normalized in the eastern parts of the world. So I'm sure that Meghna would agree that in India, just like you said, that till the child is about 6 or 7 years of age, it is okay for parents to spank children. At least to get hit on your legs or the hip. If with nothing else, like a slap or a prod or things like that. So and it is absolutely normalized. So it is part of the protocol actually to bring up children. If you don't, you're often also told about it, that how come you're being so liberal and you're spoiling the child. So a lot of time in India, we keep on hearing that, haven't you heard, you spare this stick and you spoil the child. So that is part of how you ought to bring up children. So I think that is going to be very interesting. I'm actually already coming up with ideas of how to use this, Jane, and maybe a dissertation or 2 term papers we could get started with it. And it will be interesting to see the difference between children. And I think this will work very well with adults. This is really not to be just used with children, like Rose just showed us, right? And a very good therapeutic tool, I must say. And this makes for all, like you said, holding space for it, navigating around it, balancing it. initiating verbalizations. I can see this fit into my CBT sessions as well. I mean, this is super, super work. Good job.
I don't know if I need a microphone. I've got a rather loud Australian voice. I'll try it. I've just got two things to add in. One is on training, and just, I guess, thank you, Rose, for sharing with us. But I've heard of doctors in hospitals becoming patients, and that after, having a session as a patient, and that afterwards they make for much better doctors. And I was wondering if training should be experiential.
Should be.
So the trainer goes through.
Yeah,
always.
I think
it
should be.
So they have that sense themselves
Yes.
of what it
Yes.
feels like to go through that protocol. The other thing that I was going to say is on children and punishments. In Australia, you can't punish a child in that manner, but I've worked with a lot of refugee populations, and there is a very big cultural difference when somebody is new in a school system and I got killed last night by my brother or my father or whatever, and so there is some work has to be done with both the child and often there are sort of parent talks as well. And I remember a parent comment from one of the African countries saying, but how will I show my children that I love them if I can't hit them?
Oh.
So,
Okay. It's written in the Bible.
what's that?
It's written in the Bible. It's written in the Quran.
Oh, yeah.
You should spank not just the children,
Yeah.
but your wife as well. But 3 times a day.
Yeah.
Yeah, 3 times a day. You can choose the hours. Yeah, it's.
Just say something about the Bible part. It is used out of context.
Yes,
Or
yes.
It is a misinterpretation. Because if you really understand, my voice is quite loud, so I think you want it on here. Okay, for the recording. Should I start from the beginning? Rachel just mentioned now that it is written in the Bible that you should spank your children, and it basically she refers to the part where it says spare the rod and spoil the child. But it's a matter of interpretation, because it is because of the cultural views already that they use the spiritual documents or scripts to reinforce or to back up their beliefs already. But if I studied the Bible in depth, and it does not mean that, I'm not going to go into detail, but it does not mean that you should spank your child.
That's true. But you studied theology.
Yes,
And
that's true.
most people do not.
So I'm just helping everyone that believes that,
Yeah.
because this is going into the world. So I would like to just make a clarification about that, because the original meaning does not really mean beat your child.
Yeah. I didn't.
It means
blame
guide your
I
child.
didn't blame the Bible.
You did.
No, I did not blame the Bible.
It's more about
I think
guidance. It's
that's
more
it.
about guidance, like a shepherd guides the sheep with a rod,
Yes.
with his rod, and guides
Yes.
them. It's not about beating,
Yeah.
but it is, like in many situations, holy scriptures are used to substantiate
Yes.
evil beliefs
Yes,
already.
that's it.
So that's only
Yeah.
my contribution.
I'd like to say thank you because I'm in love with them already. I'd like to make a comment about the lack of colour. I think that is
No, it's in purpose.
Sorry?
In purpose.
Yeah. That's what I mean. Like, I think that it's an excellent decision to lack
Yeah.
colour because, when we come back to colour theory, we
Yes.
know that different colour hits the light,
Yes.
hits the eye at different speeds.
Yes.
And so that could
Change yes.
and influence the outcome
Yes.
for children. So I think that is an excellent
Yeah.
decision, and I want to honour and respect that and acknowledge it. The other question that I have is, in Australia, we are currently so if you are a teacher or a social worker or involved with children, you need to do something called RAN training, risk and neglect training. And it's not to criticise Australia too heavily, but it's a little bit like a tacked on afterthought, like it's a 2 to 3 day, you know, and when you're working with children extensively, it's not enough. And what Australia is now looking at doing is incorporating specific child assessment abuse training into teacher education as a foundational, essential subject.
Yeah.
And so I think that my question, I'm getting there, is because Elspeth and I are talking about me particularly possibly running that subject, because my undergraduate is in social work, so it's a lovely cross-section. How do students purchase copies of the cards?
You write to the center. Jane, you have to answer that.
Right, okay, great.
Yeah. Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah. Because I think that
you can,
particularly in Australia with the changes in our education,
You
that
can
they're going to
order
be
that
quite
from the
important.
center.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
I just want to add something in relation to what you said, Shrimps. What we did, another study that we did 2, 3, 4 years, I lost the count, but we asked 3,000 children and parents. We gave them the measure, not the cards, but the measure. We asked them, what we asked them is to rate which are the specific abuse and specify the abuse severity that you think should be reported. And we ask parents and children as well, their children. And this was really interesting to see the differences between parents, what they think abuse is severe and should be reported, and what children thought, for example, even neglect. Parents, for example, did not even relate it to leaving the child in a hot weather in car till they die. And this is not something that you should report because it happened without you even meant or wanted to happen. But children are related to that as a neglect.
I'll just add to that. Even in therapy, with an adult client of mine, she's 24 years old, and she mentioned that my parents would not hit me, they would not scold me terribly, but would stop talking to me. And that, for me, was the problem. Until date, she says that anytime somebody just withdraws and stops talking to me, I would think that, you know, I mean, what have I done? And not communicating with me was the most problematic. When I spoke to the mother about it, like not about it, but when I was speaking to the mother, she said, you know, I've never ever spanked her, I have never touched her. The only thing that I would do is not talk to her so that she knows. And, you know, that is the form of punishment. I read up on a lot of magazines and I spoke to people and they told me that, you know, just withdraw yourself. Like, you know. So this was negative reinforcement in her head is what she was practicing. And that is how the, you know, adult daughter reports it. So there is this entire perception which is different coming from the parent, why you're doing what you're doing, and how the, you know, child is perceiving it.
Yes.
I just wanted to share my experience conducting this test. What I found really interesting is that kids usually perceive the positive things as negative or the negative things as positive. For example, there's a picture showing a dad watching pornographic material with a child, And for example, in my sessions, when I conducted this test, most kids said, no, this is something very positive. You know, we just watched a video with a naked woman having sex with a man, so they perceived it as positive. So that was, for me, very new and interesting to see in the sessions. And also what you said with the cultural background, I conducted also this test with some friends, and I have a really good friend from Vietnam, and she said when her dad yelled at her or spanked her, she said it's actually positive, you know, because this is that he's trying just to educate me, to make me a better person. And what I did in the end is I asked the kids to also sort the cards. So from the positive cards, what is the best experience and what is just the good experience, and also with the negative experiences, what is the worst experience and what is the least bad experience. And in the control group, so kids that didn't experience sexual abuse or any kind of abuse, they actually rated sexual abuse as the worst thing that can happen. But in the experimental group, kids that experience sexual abuse, they actually rated it in the middle or in the last place. So they actually rated things that they have experienced at the last place. So that was really interesting. And I have a question to the first video that you showed us with the girl that was so hyper aroused. Do you think it has an effect when the caregiver or a parent is in the same room while you do?
I did the same with the father, when the father was the same with the balloons. Yeah. But a bit different. I had these 4 balloons tied to a present that she could not see the present. It was in a box. But she should, the game was that I will ask a question, and she first choose a balloon, the color, and then I will ask a question, and after she answers, she will be able to take the balloon. I asked the same questions, the same. She said, and the father was there, not the mother. She said, the next question, like she stood like this. The next question, the next question, next question. She refused to answer. Yeah, so everything was videoed. I didn't show you. She did not dissociate it at that moment. She knew exactly that she should not answer any questions.
Okay. You saw the father first?
What? This was for a judicial court.
So, yes, but you saw first the father?
No. This was with the mother first. No, we have interaction with children. It's part of the assessment. We have the children by themselves. We have all the tests, the projective tests and everything. We also have them assessed by physiotherapists if we need, and others. And then we have sessions that of interaction with each one of the parents. And everything is videotaped. So we do the same, a bit different just to, for the child, not to do the same.
Thank you.
Regarding these cards and thinking about the situation, so I'm thinking in a psychodrama. Last thing about this amazing card that I thinking in my psychodrama head that also can finish with choose one situation positive that you like to have, and a super reality, let's do it now for you on the stage. And then finish with this positive experience.
Revive the situation.
Yeah.
Yes.
Thank you.
Please do research.
But we request every week. I don't. I'm teaching sometimes. I don't. Every week it's one idea for research. Every week.
Great idea. Okay, I think it's time for lunch.
Okay.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Raquel and Rose, and thank you everyone. So, yes. Okay, half day passed already. Please choose your lunch over there. I think you already order what you can eat or what you cannot eat. You don't pick that. So have a look over there, okay? And you can come and eat here, enjoy, and anywhere you want. Yes.